Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome to this week's edition of MTN Outdoors. I'm Andy Curtis. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody watching me right now, of course, but there's a lot of self-proclaimed fly fishing experts here in Montana, which means you can get some pretty bad information pretty easily at the boat launch. Case in point, some guy told me it was good fishing here today. So as a public service, I actually sought out an expert to get some pro tips so you don't strike out the next time you hit the Missouri.
The Missouri River right now is fishing extremely well. A little low on water on average, but still the fishing is very good.
That's Jim Stein, and as the manager of Cross Currents Fly Shop in Helena, he knows what he's talking about.
This is my selection of nymphs. If I were going to the Missouri River, by far, this is my group right here.
And if you want to have some success, get ready to take some notes.
If you're looking for numbers of fish, it's going to be nymph fishing. I'm a little bit of a streamer junkie, so throwing streamers is also working. Late in the day, there are very good hatches coming off. The blue wing olives are still happening. It's been a little slow for the March browns. Been seeing a few, but it really hasn't blossomed yet. And we're also starting to see a few caddis already, so that's going to come on pretty quickly.
Now the weather could change just as quickly, but according to Jim, that shouldn't keep you from fishing.
Those of us that are pretty hardcore anglers, a little shower or a few sprinkles is not going to bother anything. I would rather be out when it's a little bit damp and certainly overcast than bright and sunny and windy. You want to be a little bit careful. Those graphite rods, they're lightning rods as well. You want to be a little bit careful about that.
Bottom line, if you're safe about it, every day should be a good day to go fishing, especially here in the Treasure State.
We live in the Mecca. People literally come from all over the world to fish here. So the Missouri is the big attraction, but don't forget about some of that smaller stuff too. You can fish all day and see very few, if any, people.
Now, yeah, fly fishing does get a lot of the attention here in Montana, and for good reason. But there's plenty of great opportunities for you to get a line on the water all across the state. Specifically in Great Falls this weekend. That's right, after a 2-year break, the Great Falls Family Fish Day event is back on this Saturday, June 4th from 9 to noon at Wadsworth Pond Park. And it's shaping up to be a really great event too. They've got informational booths set up on things like fish identification, fly tying, fly casting, knot tying. And once you learn all of those basics, you'll get to fish for free. People who attend the event can fish all day long at Wadsworth Pond without a fishing license. If you'd like to learn some more information on the event, check out FWP Region 4's Facebook page, or you could get a hold of them the old-fashioned way by picking up the telephone and calling that number you see on the bottom of your screen right now. Unfortunately, though, fishing access won't be that simple for everyone this summer. Canyon Ferry is seeing some pretty low water levels right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much better as the summer goes on. I'll let Jordan Johnson explain.
Here at Canyon Ferry, water levels are 18 feet below the average due to delayed runoff. And at Kim's Marina, most of the docks are unusable.
Well, it's definitely unusual, and it's pretty hard to get our boats into the slips, of course. But from what I hear, the snowpack is still in the mountains. It's just been a cold spring, and we're waiting for some warmer weather and some rain, and we'll bring the levels up.
Lucas Jewett is the owner of Kim's Marina and says he's doing all he can to try to accommodate his guests.
There's not a whole lot we can do at the moment. We did put in a alternative boat ramp, which we can accommodate boats, the smaller boats up to about 24 feet. So we can get the boats in the water.
But the docking of boats is not the only problem on the lake. Due to delayed runoff, most of the boat launches on Canyon Ferry are closed. And here at the Shannon boat launch, it takes 27.5 feet from the end of the launch just to get to the water.
We just were able to get, raise the elevation of Canyon Ferry about 4 or 5 feet a lot of those boat ramps have become usable. And so we just need some warmer temperatures to see those inflows start to come up.
The United States Bureau of Reclamation says that due to the snowpack in the Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin basins being 100 to 130% intact, the spring runoff is looking to come down later than normal.
We're seeing some warm temperatures this week. Things are going to get going. We're going to start to see a little bit of that runoff. And then coming into this weekend, it's going to cool off again. And that snowpack melt is going to slow up, and things are going to kind of be delayed a little bit further.
But even when the runoff does arrive, it may not be enough. Levels could remain 4 to 10 feet below full pool in late June, and the reservoir may not reach full pool at all this summer. But for Jewett, he is still busy with guests celebrating Memorial Day weekend.
But, there's a lot more to being out here than just the water. So there's a lot of activities that people do, and a lot of ATV and starts here, and just to get out of town. Get out, it's the first big weekend. So everybody's excited to come out, whether the lake is low or not.
On Canyon Ferry, Jordan Johnson, MTN News.
And if boating or fishing really isn't in the cards for you this summer, luckily, we've always got the mountains. And these next stories are perfect examples of how you can get out, experience the outdoors and wilderness here in Montana while learning a lot about our state's very unique history.
Nestled back in the Judith Mountains is Camp Maiden, named after an old gold mining town. Most of the snowpack is melted up here and is now ready for summer visitors. Up in the mountains of Fergus County lies Camp Maiden. It is described by those who take care of it as a hidden gem of central Montana.
It's worth all of the efforts that we put into it when we get people saying it's beautiful, we want to come back.
It was started in the 30s right outside of what used to be the gold mining town of Maiden. It sits on a 40-acre plot of land up in the Judith Mountains, about 30 minutes from Lewistown. The camp welcomes visitors from Memorial Day to Labor Day as an outdoor getaway.
The people that come back year after year are already booked for this year. They book it the next year. They don't wait. They want their dates, and so they make sure they have them.
The camp is run as a nonprofit, and all the money that is raised from the summer goes back into it to make Camp Maiden better for years to come.
We would love to have more volunteers. If they have some time to come help put up tin or those kinds of things, paint, whatever, we're always looking for volunteers.
Fergus County Recreation Association maintains it and is working on getting new roofing and siding for the cabins. They aren't exactly sure how many visitors to expect this year, but have already gotten plenty of calls from previous visitors wanting to reserve the camp.
Other projects have included refurbishing cabins, kind of one at a time. So that refurbishing includes new roofs if necessary, metal siding, and then better windows, better doors. We were able to phase out our old wash house that had been here for 50 years or more about 3 years ago, and we were all very happy to get that project completed.
The flat rate to stay at Camp Maiden is $100 a day. You can visit our website for more info. In Fergus County, Asher Lind, MTN News.
Anyone attending the celebration of CSKT's restoration and management of the Bison Range could easily see the cultural and historical importance of the change. But it was also an indication of a new phase of the refuge's future. Tribal Chair Tom McDonald says the tribe is already exploring a number of ideas to improve the visitor experience.
People want to have more education and more opportunity to spend time here. So we'll be looking at, additional pedestrian trails. We'll be looking at a secondary entrance on Ravalli Hill is a good example.
McDonald tells me the tribe will analyze the ideas, including day use areas and even possible overnight camping, against what visitors would expect to find.
Those type of facilities or attributes that are kind of common with a natural area or a park, and we'll be looking at providing some of that opportunity here, and so that'll be a change.
One difference that's already happened this season is an increase in entrance fees, part of the change from the subsidized fees under the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service system to tribal management.
We do have an entrance fee, same as there was. Little different charges because unlike before, this facility will be run off of, the gate fees and what the tribes put into it. It's not on the taxpayers' back as it was before. So it really is you play, you pay here, but it's open. It's open for business. It's open to the public.
And that's the main takeaway here. The Bison Range, which attracts thousands of tourists, but local residents too, will continue to be a popular and enjoyable destination, with a new focus on the links between the land and the tribes.
Just the sheer interpretation is way different. And that combination of putting in the native perspective and identifying even more than was identified before as far as critical elements or, the flora fauna of the landscape, how it's connected everywhere. You'll see a lot more of that.
In Moise, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
One of the best parts about being a Montanan is living with the land. And coming up next, we'll show you some great examples of just this, from the city to the ranch.
MTN Outdoors continues after this. We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Well, one of the best parts about living here in Montana is learning to work with the land. That's true, really, no matter what you're doing, whether it's here in your backyard garden, out taking a hike, or doing some actual work for a living on a ranch. And our next 3 stories showcase just that.
This summer, 4 college students will be working at multiple ranches throughout Montana to attain a better understanding of what ranch life is all about and get possible credit toward their degree.
To be out here and learning from these generous folks about what it's like to live off the land and make a living off of it, it's very impressive, and I think it's really beneficial to do it hands-on instead of just seeing it in a classroom setting.
The Montana Working Lands Internship program places students in natural resource-related fields in with working ranches. This allows students to marry the knowledge they've learned in the classroom with real-world, hands-on experience in real working ranches. This year's paid internship lasts for about 3 months and allows participants the chance to travel to multiple different ranches, spending about 2 weeks at each ranch. Interns do everything and anything related to ranch work during their stays, such as roping, fence work, and irrigation. University of Montana senior and Working Lands intern Bridger Line will be graduating in resource conservation with a minor in wildlife biology. Line says he's interested in working to resolve conflicts between government agencies and ranchers.
So I'm getting kind of the law policy side through school, learning about how to take care of the lands, and then through this internship I'm actually coming out here with 5 different ranches and 2 weeks at each ranch to actually learn about what it takes to do so and learn about what the ranchers need and what they're thinking versus other agencies such as the BLM or the Forest Service, and kind of see how the two sides correlate with each other.
In turn, participating ranches receive some extra help and a chance to pass along their knowledge to a younger generation who may very well be working in government roles or in natural resource conservation roles in the near future.
It seems like we're getting further and further away from, the sources of our food and understanding the sources of our food and all the byproducts of the animals and the critters that we raise that sustain society. And I just think it's so important that the younger generations hopefully have a firm grasp on what that is.
The link to more information on the internship can be found in this story on our website. Reporting in Townsend, Tom Buchanan, MTN News.
It's that time of year when gardens are coming back to life, and if you have plants or flowers, you know this spring has been a cool one, but there's also been several other challenges this spring. Montana is no stranger to cold snaps and wind, but the weather this spring is really affecting plants and flowers. And if your shrubs this year look like this, you're not alone.
The arborvitae discoloration this year has to do with the cold snap that we had and the cold winds. What it does is it burns them, it burns the moisture out of them, and so that's what makes them brown or yellowish, or they look like they're dead, basically.
According to Shelley Gavert, this year is the worst in 5 or 6 years for evergreens and arborvitae plants. Gavert says the plants will come out of it, it will just take some time, although here's a way you can help speed up the process.
Acid fertilizer that works really well to boost their growth.
And it's not just evergreens and arborvitae plants. The cold spring has taken its toll on many plants and flowers. We could still see freezing temperatures in Montana, and Gavert has some advice you might not have heard of to protect your plants aside from a few vegetables.
You might want to go out with water or turn your sprinklers on and put a layer of ice on them before the sun hits them, and that'll help protect them from freezing.
Several things for backyard gardeners to think about, and if that wasn't enough, expect to pay more for plants this year. Just like everything else, prices have gone up.
It's just the supply chain trying to catch up with itself again, and we had to increase, everybody's had to increase this year just to make up for it.
In Billings, I'm Matthew Hidalgo, MTN News.
Now on the flip side of that, living here in Montana means being ready for everything. And living and working outside isn't all smelling wildflowers and growing tulips. If you're not careful, Mother Nature can surprise you with snow. Almost any time of the year. And a lot of snow. MTN's Keegan Harshaw has more.
We were like, what in the world just happened? Yeah, it was crazy.
Memorial Day weekend typically marks the start of the busy summer camping season in Montana, but up near Red Lodge Monday,
Because we woke up and we immediately knew, we were like, yeah, we gotta go.
many awoke to a winter wonderland.
It was at least 2 feet where we were because our steps up to the door were completely covered. It was super unexpected, really wet, really thick. Kind of a crazy little adventure for sure.
Elise Habel was among the dozens of campers near MK Campground who quickly realized they were stuck.
I don't think a single person got theirs out.
One camping trailer after another swallowed by all that snow. Everyone in the campground piled into vehicles and abandoned their camping trailers.
There's at least 40 that are just left because we couldn't get it out. Crawling because it was so slippery.
Braving the snow-covered dirt road back to the highway.
So it was just a steady trail of everyone trying to just get out.
Meantime, just to the south on the Chief Joseph Highway in Wyoming, more travel troubles.
My little car kept catching the slush and going all over.
The storm here dumped 3 feet of snow on Highway 296, stranding dozens of drivers who spun out and got stuck near Dead Indian Pass. Many here also left their campers behind, trying to hightail it out of the mountains.
They said that the road was closed, and that's because there was a power line down.
Dozens of camping trips gone terribly wrong, and with those trailers still stuck, the adventure isn't over yet. A story that will certainly be told around campfires for many years to come.
It was definitely a story we'll remember for a really long time.
A lot of people might find them creepy, but we need bats. We'll show you how they help us every day when we come back.
MTN Outdoors continues after this. We now return to MTN Outdoors.
For whatever reason, throughout history, bats have gotten a pretty bad rap. But just like a lot of other animals we share our space with, they are vital to our everyday lives. And as MTN's Tanner Saul is about to show us, these creatures of the night not only deserve our respect, but could really use our help.
Frightening, terrifying, awful are all words commonly associated with bats. But in reality, these mysterious flyers are heroes of the night. Although we may not realize it, bats impact our daily lives. They're a crucial species that pollinates some of our favorite fruits to consuming bothersome insects to even helping with medical advancements. There are over 1,400 species of bats worldwide, with 40 species in the United States alone. They range in sizes from being lighter than a penny, like the Kitty's hognose bat, making it the world's smallest mammal, to having a wingspan of 6 feet, like flying foxes. If it weren't for bats, we could say goodbye to bananas, avocados, and mangoes. Over 300 species of fruit depend on bats for pollination. They also help spread seeds through their droppings called guano, which is one of the richest fertilizers. Selling guano was once a booming business. It was actually Texas's largest mineral export before oil. Insects, beware. Bats are the forefront of pest control. They can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes an hour. Bats often consume their body weight in insects every night. Bats eat so many insects that studies estimate their economic impact to be more than $1 billion per year in avoided crop damage and pesticide costs in the U.S. corn industry alone. While the entire agricultural field in the U.S. sees a savings of at least $3.7 billion per year, and possibly as much as $53 billion per year. With fewer insects buzzing around means there's less chances of diseases like malaria and West Nile virus. Nearly 80 types of medicines come from plants that rely on bats to survive. Researchers are studying bats to understand their exceptional tolerance to DNA damage, parasites, and viruses, looking to find ways to improve human resilience to RNA viruses like coronaviruses or Ebola, parasites like malaria, and DNA damage from cancers. Scientists have also been studying the saliva of bats in an effort to develop a medication for stroke patients. Ever heard the phrase, blind as a bat? That statement is actually false. The truth is all bats can see, and they can actually see in what we would consider pitch black conditions. The phrase came from the behavior bats exhibit when flying in a zigzag pattern. To locate and catch prey, bats use an acoustic orientation called echolocation, which is the reason they fly in that zigzag pattern. Studying how bats use echolocation has helped scientists develop navigational aids for the blind. More than half of the bat species in the US are in severe decline or listed as endangered. Their biggest threat is a disease called white nose syndrome. This affects hibernating bats and has been detected in 37 states and 7 Canadian provinces. You can help by avoiding places where bats are hibernating. If you do go underground, be sure to decontaminate your clothes, shoes, and gear to help with not spreading this disease to other areas. In Missoula, Tanner Saul, MTN News.
Well, that should about do it for us here this week at MTN Outdoors. Remember, if you have any good story ideas or, any bad story ideas, send them my way at andy.curtis@ktvh.com. And until next week, stay safe, and I'll see you out there.
MTN, Montana's news leader.